The Halfbrick Show.
Welcome to the Halfbrick Show, your favorite podcast for all things Halfbrick, including Easter eggs, character lore, dev chats, and of course, ninjas, fruit ninjas, obviously, who hate fruit, as we know. I'm joined with Carmen. Hey, Carmen, how you going?
Hey, well, I'm holding my sarcastic laughter at that. So yeah, I'm fine. It's
Yeah,
always Carmen from marketing and graphic design. Now legally obligated to say that whatever Aiden pulled in there wasn't a marketing stunt at all. We do love ninjas. We do
we
love
do.
fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you love fruit?
And yeah, it's good for you, supposedly. Then again, I've already disclosed all of my theories on sentient fruit on this
Yeah.
podcast, so we're not going down that rabbit hole again. What I am going to say is that there is a new Fruit Ninja game coming.
Fruit Ninja Adventures. Yeah, there's playtests for that in the Discord. We announced it recently, I remember. Discord link should be in the description of this if you're watching on YouTube. If you want to get in there, the playtest sessions may be closed by the time this goes live, but you can still learn more about it. There's a channel in there. And if any more come up, that would be the place to be. So that's very exciting. But even more exciting, potentially, is that we're talking to another one of our amazing dev team today. We're talking to Riley, who's been on the pod before. We did a hot seat 12 episodes ago now. I don't know, I've lost track. Yeah, he's in the hot seat, but we're going to have a bit of a deeper chat with him today and pick his brains for those expert opinions on our main event for today, some Halfbrick tier lists, which is just always good content. So,
Who the brick are you?
Yeah, thank you for having me. It has been a while.
yeah. Do you remember the hot seat much?
I do remember it. I remember like making some analogy and then Carmen going, I don't think we can put that in the final thing. And I'm like, yeah, my bad.
But I think we did put it in anyway, didn't we?
It did anyway.
So
I was like,
sorry. The voice of
no, it was
marketing
funny. So I
strikes
was just
again.
sitting there going, whoops, oh well. Anyway.
We did put it in the final thing, though.
It did end up in there, yeah.
You did, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It was
Back when you were like very producer-minded, Carmen, it was like, oh, can we say that one? Is that out yet?
I would argue that I'm still producer-minded and marketing-minded, and that intro was perfect proof of that.
It was actually pretty good, pretty natural. We should ad-lib more intros like that. Let's just do all the ads for the company. Riley, just for those who haven't listened to the hot seat, which is blasphemy, but if you haven't, can you give us a quick intro? Who the brick are you?
Okay, gotcha. Who the brick am I? So I am Riley. Hi, as Aiden just said. I'm from Brisbane, same as Aiden, and
Yes.
we're kind of where the studio started. Yeah, been here 4 years, approaching 4 years, I think. Joined in like a graduate intake 4 years ago, with like about 15 other guys, and then yeah, since then I've been kind of mainly been in the new games department, so working on some prototypes, some unreleased stuff, and then worked on the Bluey game most recently, Bluey's Quest for the Gold Pen.
Nice.
Yeah. And then since then, I've been kind of running support in the background for that, and then might be helping out some other Halfbrick Plus related stuff in the future. We'll see. But that's kind of been what I've been up to at Halfbrick. Mainly, yeah, doing programming and game design stuff. Kind of juggle both roles a bit.
Do you
I
have
joined
like
as a designer, led programming on the fly, and now kind of do both. So,
okay? Would you say
Yeah.
you've got like a preferred discipline if you had to like pick something to go into?
honestly, I kind of like doing both because there's that fun little thing where, I'll come up with a design in my head, but then I lack the communication skills. So I'm not like an English
So you
major
get to just like
effectively communicate what I'm thinking. So it's kind of
Yeah.
easier if I just make it and then just go, there you go, that's what I'm thinking.
yeah, okay.
So kind of like, I guess, yeah, prototyping, which is kind of like a combo of both, is something I've enjoyed for a while. Like kind of whipping up an idea, making it, and then kind of iterating on that is always pretty fun. It's fun on Bluey, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen a bit of that as
Yeah.
well, and I don't know if Carmen knows this one, but Riley and I did a game jam. Halfbrick does game jams from
God.
time to
Oh.
time inside the company. You remember that
That was a
one?
train wreck. That was so
was-
bad.
Yeah, that one
Oh,
was
that's
rough.
right. Yeah, the multiplayer game jam.
I think very impressive work that you did though to carry basically the bulk of that design with a customer
taught
support
myself
team.
networking. Hey, you did some pretty cool art, man.
Did a little
That
bit
was
of art.
yeah.
Yeah, the world
I
might see
remember
it one day.
Probably. I hope not. I hope it stays buried in the depths of our archives forever. Actually, but
The working
What was
title
the
probably needs a
name
change.
of your game?
we're not saying
We
it here.
can't say it
We
on the
can't say it
podcast.
here.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
keep that
it
one a
would be a
mystery.
shame
Yeah.
if someone went fishing for that.
It would really be a shame if
By all
someone went
means,
fishing
Carmen.
for
You
that
can.
one. Yeah, please look it up after this and then figure out if it's fine to say. Look, I
Yeah,
thought the
use
name
producer
sounded
eyes.
fine originally when I pitched the idea. I was like, this sounds fine. Everything sounds fine. And then I was pitching it during the pitches and I'm like, oh, that sounds like something else. Boy.
But then we kept the name.
Then we kept the name because why
Yeah.
not, right? Like, grabs your attention. It really like hooks you in.
But Riley, yeah, I've seen some of the work and it's very cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, the Bluey team. I joined on that game a bit later, so I didn't do any like the really big critical stuff aside from the boss fight. But now that team's like really super.
Nothing
talented.
critical, just
found
the
it.
boss fight. Wait, Carmen, you found the name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We'll just leave that one to the viewer's imagination or the listener's imagination.
I mean, it could also sound like we're saying something way worse, actually. So
I think if you're British,
Yeah.
it's fine.
it's pretty tame.
It is
Yeah,
tame.
all
It
things
is tame.
considered. Oh, Pound Town. There we go. There's a great idea for a
It's
game
fine if
name.
you're British.
It's
Yeah.
fine if you're British. So can you go anywhere else? It's like that sounds like that's
No.
an innuendo. That's not
Just
something
be
you
talking
can
about
use.
currency.
Exactly, pounds, money.
Yeah, that's right.
Have you never guys went to a pound shop? 1 pound shop?
Yes,
I haven't.
yes, that was the intent. I was actually going to call it Dollar Town, but then I just thought I might change it. Just keep it interesting. That's the
So
Pound.
if we keep, I
Pounds.
hope we keep this in and we just censor it if we need to, so it sounds really funny. I think that would actually be.
that'd be great.
We
Yeah,
can.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
yeah. Oh well.
Maybe one day the world will see it, and it makes sense because it was a beat 'em
hope
up
not.
kind of game.
Yeah, it was so buggy. It was so broken. Remember we were play testing it in a group, and I was in a group with the man, the myth, the Shaniel Dio, and testing it. And he's like, "Is this one yours, Riley?" I'm like, "Oh yes, my boss. Yes, this is my one."
Yes,
And then
CEO of Halfbrick
Yes,
Studios.
CEO of Halfbrick Studios, Shaniel Dio. This is the game I made in the last week for you.
Hmm.
And then it was so buggy and broken, we skipped over it in like 5 seconds. And then he was like, "That was interesting." I'm like, "Yep. Well, that's going to be
Yeah.
fun in about a week during my pay review."
Wasn't there like a player limit of 4, but
I
somehow
forgot
like
to put it
8
in.
or 10 got in there or
so,
something like
no,
that?
there was like 16 people.
16?
And I didn't put a limit on how many people could join the lobbies. So like, there's only meant to be 4, but it turned out to be 16 people. That was cool. Anyway, tangent, sidetrack. We got to keep this
Yeah. Good times.
on the rails.
Well, okay. We normally ask like what inspired you to get into the games industry as well, and like your favorite game.
Okay, I'll speed
I think
run it.
we switched it around, but what did inspire you to get in?
Man. Well, I was in high school. I was in 19 class. And then we had like a 6-month kind of term or semester where we did game design, game development as the kind of core of our thing. And I don't know, I had a lot of fun with it. I enjoyed it more than playing games at the time. It was like making
Wow.
one. Like that was kind of where I was like, oh, this is a lot of fun. And then
Okay.
after that, I started just kind of doing that in my spare time, and then kept doing it after that class, and then just kept going. And then after that, I was kind of like, oh, it's a cool hobby, but I won't do it as a career. Did it in high school. That was my motivation, and found it fun. And then it was either going to be that or forensics, and then I didn't want to look at dead people. So
Forensics. I also wanted to do forensics.
yeah, well, I mean, I saw like NCIS a bunch as a kid, and I'm like, that looks cool. I want to do that. And then realized that death's real, and I'm like, oh, maybe not.
I wanted to be a doctor, but without the pressure, so
Oh, because they're
forensics.
already dead. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yes,
See.
there's no pressure on you
There's
for
no
anything.
pressure.
Like,
You can't do anything wrong. It's
Yeah.
already happened.
If they're already gone,
no,
that's hilarious.
no. I think there was a game, right? An NCIS game for
Now what?
I thought you
Wii.
were going to say like mortuary assistant or something like that.
No, I think there was a pretty popular forensics game for Wii, but before I go on that tangent, I think that one of the questions that we always ask our guests, rightly, apart from what inspired
Yeah.
them to get on the gaming industry, is if you have a favorite game and what.
Oh, okay. This one's tough. So I kind of have like two, but I'll stick with one. I'll commit. There's a game called
okay.
Oxenfree that I played once when I was like
Whoa.
a bit younger, and it was just like
Yeah.
a 2D story game. But the thing I loved about it the most was like the dialogue system was so cool because it was like you kind of always have like two or three options responding during this kind of like walk and talk simulator. But
It was dynamic, hey?
yeah, it was. Yes, like as you kind of respond, like you could like almost cut people off mid conversation. It felt very like reactive and real and like just well put together. And the story was really
Oh, yeah.
cool as well. But that
I feel
was
like
a good one.
Oxenfree.
Looks so gorgeous as well.
It
Yeah.
is very cool, like visually as well. It's like I don't know. I think it's one of my favorites. Like it's kind of inspired me a lot as well. Just
Yeah.
as like how it plays, how the characters kind of interact, and how like the player kind of has a bit of agency over that too, which is cool. I don't know, I
Yeah.
thought it was really sick when I played it, and since then
No,
it's kind of
it's
stuck in my mind quite a lot.
it is cool. I think a lot of those games around that time, like there was a lot of similar type of games, really like the Telltale Life is Strange kind of era,
Yeah.
maybe kick that off a bit more. And then that came out after
Night
that,
in the
so
Woods.
it's like Night in the Woods,
I
similar.
haven't played that yet. I really
yeah.
should.
You
You
might
will
like
love it.
I would love it, yeah.
And I'll put Oxenfree on my list at some point. I swear it would be somewhere. Okay.
Someday.
Well, yeah, speaking of lists, perfect segue, actually.
Well done.
Yeah, thank you. Riley, we've got you on today for tier lists, as I said at the intro. And we haven't really done this on the podcast before. So if you're watching this on YouTube, there'll be a visual on the screen in a moment. If you're listening, we'll just say each one and say out loud what category we're going to put this in. If you somehow haven't heard of a tier list or a tier list video before, you rank stuff S to D, S being the best, D being the least. When you're sorting, the worst. I've purposefully avoided saying the worst. Since we're talking about a lot of Halfbrick stuff, I don't really want to be dissing any Halfbrick.
The worst in our opinions. I think that
Yes.
before anything else, we have to make a little disclaimer here that these are our opinions and they represent us, not the whole company.
Not Halfbrick.
So if I say that General Mustache is the worst Halfbrick character, that's because he's pursuing my beloved Colossatron. And I want to.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it as well. So you'll find on the list, D in our case is more of like a not fussed or a mid rather than a hate or worst.
Just like general kind of like indifference towards them.
Yeah,
You exist, and that's okay. But
exactly.
I have no strong feelings for you either way.
Yeah, so don't look into it too deep. It's not that deep, as they say, and we'll get into this. So you guys are looking at first tier list of today. We'll see how many we get through. We have the JJ Racing ships tier list here. All right. Topical. JJ Racing is pretty new still, and I haven't really heard much conversation around the ships. So, and Riley, I don't know. I just seem like you've got a good knowledge on ship vibes. You've been specially chosen for this.
When I look into your eyes, all I can see is ship knowledge.
Ship knowledge.
Well, hey, look. I think an easy, like, peak one for me straight away.
Oh, he's jumping in. Okay. Yep.
I'm going.
Go on.
Yep. Straight away. I'm just much like
if you need any names, I've got them on the
Racing
side.
now available on the App Store. I'm very fast and quick.
Where was that in the intro?
This is why I am not in the marketing department. So
haven't heard anything.
yeah, look. I think the Mr. Cuddles ship, the dragon ship,
Mr. Cuddles. Okay.
is like an easy S tier in my opinion.
Yeah.
S tier?
Yeah. I mean, it's
S tier
like
Mr. Cuddles.
Honestly,
it's pretty iconic.
It's pretty iconic. It's like, back when I used to play Jetpack Joyride when I was a little fetus, Mr. Cuddles was my favorite. That and the bird. So I guess, like, if I had to, personally, I think it's just peak design all around.
Starting with Mr. Cuddles as a peak.
Yeah.
I think that's a good control. Actually, another control point. I think the iconic machine gun jetpack. Right. From Jetpack Joyride is also a vehicle, a ship in JJ Racing.
Yeah.
Now, have we got any thoughts on this one? I'm thinking it's a staple. I would at least have it at a B as a middle ground, but it could be iconic.
See that happening, but it's also like it's iconic for a reason, you know.
Yeah.
I also think like in the game, if I'm gonna pull some ball knowledge out here, but in the game it kind of leaves trails similar to all the others, and sometimes I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of looking at it and I'm like, man, it'd be cool if it actually still shot the bullets from the original.
In
Well,
JJ
rating
Racing.
would go up.
Yeah, personally, I think it would climb higher in the tier list because we're going off like the ships, right? Not the
Of course, yeah,
the actual original inspiration for them. So I understand why you can't do it because it would just ruin the balance of the game. You'd be shooting everyone behind you, which would be again very cool, but you can't really do it. So
That's a good point, though.
it leaves something to be desired. So I see what you mean by like a B tier.
Yeah, this does kind of
Yeah,
lean me
it's a B.
towards that.
It's a
We're
B?
happy with B? Okay.
In the middle, it's a classic for a reason, but at the same time, it doesn't have like, I feel like that charm that Mr. Cuddles has. I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I see that. Okay. Next one that's jumping out to me from the list. Profit Bird.
Oh.
It's an A or a
Profit
B.
Bird as a
I don't
ship.
know.
A or B.
Does it poop money?
Does it poop money?
Doesn't.
It doesn't. And that's a really good point.
Oh no. See,
This wasn't considered.
I should be going like, oh, this one would make it better because now I'm just giving feedback to the JJ team, and I don't want to be doing that.
Hey, you never know.
Cut that out.
Trails could be added in the future or something.
Money
like that.
trails could be added. This is right.
You never know. Yeah. And even bullet trails that just don't do damage to.
Just saying that the Halfbrick Show is usually the boiling pot for a lot of good ideas here. So
Yeah.
wouldn't be afraid to say
Yeah.
money trail.
I'm gonna go crazy then. I'm gonna really start ripping in. No, I think I'm kind of on board with what Carmen was saying. I think A
Making another.
it's kind of
Better than
it's like,
Jetpack?
it's like, well, when I see it, I feel something, which is nostalgia. Okay, there we go.
I think we can put it in A.
Yeah, I think so as well. It's like it's cool. It's I feel things for it. Sounds weird.
Can we put that as a quote on the Halfbrick Plus card?
Yeah, right.
I feel things for it.
feel things for this, Riley.
Okay. Speaking of another ship I feel things for, I gotta go to Sam. I think we gotta go to Sam.
The Sam.
Yes, the Sam.
It's a
Now-
C.
It's a C.
It's a C for me, guys.
Wow. Okay. Carmen, please explain.
The colors aren't flashy enough. If we were talking about gold Sam or metal Sam, now that's a different story.
Okay.
But I just feel like, why would you use Sam when you can use the cuter, red, roundier Lil Stomper?
Little Stomper. I see.
I'm
Wow,
sorry.
that's an interesting take. Because, Sam's classic colors are this color. But I agree. I'm happy to put that
I
one in
don't
C.
know,
It's
man.
a
The
good
original
point.
Sam colors are a little muted and boring. I think Carmen's on it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
C tier where you belong, Samuel.
We are slowly filling out one of each tier so far. We've got S to
Exactly, this
C
is good.
covered.
It almost feels scripted, but it's not.
No.
No,
We
it's
don't
not.
have a.
No.
When
Yeah.
I'm in Jetpack Joyride Racing, I want to be flashy. I'm pulling there with my character, ship, and trail combo meticulously studied. I have presented a whole thesis on my choice. Sam's just not doing it for me. I'm sorry.
No, that's
Rip
totally
Sam.
fine.
Oh well.
Okay. Well, okay, let's go to the Little Stomper then. If Sam's a C, where would we sit the Little Stomper?
I feel like
I'm
Carmen
leaning-
should back up what you just said by.
That's true, yeah.
I think for me it's an A. It's an A. Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
happy with an A.
I think it has a classic shape.
Mm.
And I like how your character's speaking out of it. So I
Yeah,
don't know,
and you
it's
can
an
see
A.
them. Like, I know Sam has a similar. Yeah, but I understand that. And the colors.
It's the vibes.
Yeah,
I
we
will
can put that as
say it would be S tier for me if it was running on the ground.
Oh, yeah. The drifting would be like a whole different
Yeah, it's
animation.
like just like skidding out, like ah.
Yeah. That'd be really cool, though.
Yeah, I know, but again, not possible. I understand. Just it loses a bit of that charm from the original, I think.
And I think that's totally fine. Like,
which, again, Cuddles, it doesn't lose the charm.
Doesn't really lose the charm. It's still got the glowing eyes, the mouth.
Yeah, it's all there. He's still there.
Yeah.
My boy,
I can see it.
Still there.
All right. Next up, we have the turbine ship. And I'm going to be honest. I'm not fussed on the turbine ship.
Oh, wow. You know what it reminds me of?
What's up?
This is pod. Now this is pod racing.
It's pod racing.
The way those two little, I don't know. It's very Anakin, young Anakin coded. I think personally.
Yeah. I see that.
That being said, that forces it further down.
Okay. Young Anakin hate.
Wow. Look, I don't hate him. It's just like, oh, actually, no, the prequels do. They are pretty good.
I actually, don't mind the prequels, but we won't tier list the prequels.
We're not judging the prequels here, Riley. But
a whole different kind of worms.
It is.
Yeah, can we just pivot to that after this, please?
Look, to be honest, I think it's just like there's a lack of connection for me to the turbine. Just personally, with my time and JJ as a kid, even. I'm happy to put that one in not fussed and find the D slot in this tier list.
Oh, wow. So you're just hunting for disappointment. Is that what you're saying?
Potentially. Yeah.
I don't know. I like it, but Crazy Freaking Teleporter, for example, already feels that kind of silhouette for me. So I'm happy to put it on a D. We have to produce some controversial hot takes here, guys.
Yeah,
we already did like a super promo intro.
Yeah.
We need to prove to our fans
that we can be a little
that we have opinions.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to? I don't know. Yeah, fine. Turbine D, get out of here. Shoo.
And now we have a point of reference for where we think everything sits. I think this is good because we've got 3 left. Okay. I'm going to the Galaxy ship.
S tier. This is my favorite ship. And I won't allow anything less than an S tier.
Well, okay. I
kind of want to do less than an S tier just to like cause a bit of.
No!
Well, like, what's it based
off? Cute.
Explain to me what it's based off. What's the nostalgia? Well, yeah, but I guess.
It's in Jetpack Joyride 2, and it has like this super cute art of Craig being abused by an UFO flying with a little cow. It's super cute, and especially if you do a combo with him or with King Rascals, it's amazing. Gold version, absolutely great. Metal version, absolutely great. Has the Galaxy Trail, so you can Galaxy Max your aura.
Oh my god!
And
just for that, let's go on in D tier.
Yeah, it's dropped at 1.
No, I'm still actually on an S tier. This is selling it.
Yeah.
Dude.
I think I'm happy with an S on this. Riley, any last minute?
I haven't played Jetpack Joyride 2. I don't think that just got revealed because I had no idea where this was from. I was like, is that the bloody Rick and Morty ship? Like,
that's fine. Look, Carmen and I have been called out before for not watching Fruit Ninja Frenzy Force.
Yes.
I apologize for that one.
Fruit Ninja Frenzy Force that I definitely knew existed.
It was before my time, I got to admit, yeah. But I will make sure to go and watch it at some point so that we have that, as you say, ball knowledge, got to have it these days.
Yeah, I guess if you'd given me that recommended reading before I got here, I'd be a lot more prepared for Fruit Ninja Frenzy Force.
We like to throw it on the spot.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Gravity ship.
Ah, yeah. So it's like the gravity suit.
Yes.
Yes.
I can, yeah.
But loses kind of
a bit of the, yeah.
I guess you can't like just put the person in a suit and make them fly.
Actually, imagine though, if they put your character in a suit, they turn sideways and they run on the walls.
I think the art team's just going to like despise us by the end of this. It's like, it loses some of it. Detail.
I hope they're not listening to this thing.
I doubt they'll listen.
This doesn't do it for me. Our opinion.
Yeah. Disclaimer again.
Yeah, our team, we love you. We love the games. This is just for fun. This is just to bring a little bit of controversy.
Fun. Next time we should get like a an art person on here to tier list.
Well, yeah,
it's
to
Yeah.
help with the tier list.
and then we just keep going. They rank us based on how we perform.
I'm happy for the gravity ship to sit at a C for me.
Yeah, B or C, I don't know. It's no UFO, that's for sure.
Okay. I think we do a C. I think we'll sit at C.
I feel like you've really shown your hand with this UFO pick.
I want to believe.
All right. Well, next, crazy freaking teleporter,
Mm.
and the final one for those listening.
That's a solid A right there.
I was thinking A.
That is pretty good. Yeah, I think with the
Yeah.
purple trail, it really comes together.
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
And it's quite unique, I think, with the thrusters as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll it back.
I really like how they made the design of the original into a ship.
Mm,
Like, that to me is really good, the adaptation.
very unique.
It looks sick.
Well, okay. I mean, look, that's the list. We've done it. First tier list done. Ships ranked. In S, we have Mr. Cuddles and the Galaxy ship.
Clearly,
those
we
are
have a
the-
thing for green.
Yeah, apparently so. I don't know why. Both of the green ones. It seems like we have an affinity towards the more unique power-up based ships here. So, the Prophet Bird, the Little Stomper, and the Teleporter are A rank, but they're the more colorful ones. So that's probably also playing a role. The more metallic default gravity ship and Sam are in C, and Machine Gun Jetpack sits in B purely for its iconic. I could bump it to an A, but we'll lock it in at B. And we're not fussed on a turbine ship.
That is
Apologies.
brutal.
It does feel
Is
brutal.
that from Jetpack Joyride 2 as well?
If you put it in D, it probably is not.
God.
Which is crazy because actually some of the aesthetics of JJ2 are so really unique. I remember a slight tangent with the UFO and the minigame where you're in space. I got to see that in the Apple Vision Pro when we did the Vision Pro version of JJ2, so like the VR kind of port of the game. And that is really cool because the background turns into space and it comes out of the frame and everything like that. That was that's pretty special. So special place for the UFO. Unfortunately, turbine ship, someone's beloved. We have not spent as much time. Okay, that's the first tier list done. I'd love to hear what the comments think on this one.
Coming up next time on the Halfbrick Show.
Hello, it's Aiden from the editing room. Watching this back, we've decided to split it into a two-part episode. So the Halfbrick characters tier list, that will be next week. But still hope you've been enjoying following along so far, and that this is another episode that you can come back and look upon with nostalgia.